What do you do if you're an atheist in Saudi Arabia? Well, Rana Ahmad is here to tell us what that's all about. She was born in Riyadh and became an atheist, so she had to leave. Today she lives in Germany. She's studying physics in Cologne and has published her first book this year in German, and it's just out in French. The English title would be Women Aren't Allowed to Dream Here: My Escape from Saudi Arabia, My Path to Freedom. Rana Ahmad, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So the title of the book tells us a little bit about you, but why don't you explain a little bit why you left Saudi Arabia? What were you running away from?
To be killed because I am atheist there. If you leave Islam, and not only to become an atheist or to be in other religion, even you leave Islam in the first step, you will be killed by the law. It's like really strict law there. You're not allowed to leave Islam, and you're not allowed to have other idea or other religion.
So it's a pretty big step then that you took. What brought you to this point in your life where you decided you didn't believe in Islam?
When I start to search, when I start to read, when I start to think about our world, when I start to know what does mean if I don't have religion, in the first step, I want to find something told me that my religion is right and I am in the right religion, but it not work like this, When
it's everything you knew.
But when you start to read, when you start to think, and when I start also to open the window from philosophy, because I don't have it in our school in Saudi Arabia, even in university, they don't have philosophy. I realized that it's not really important to have to be in religion, not really important to believe in God, and not really important. It's not interesting, It's more interesting for me to have a question about our universe, how it's start, the first point, how our universe born, and that's what what they doing now in CERN.
So the sort of scientific side of things. So a lot of this, though, I get the impression, came also from your experience as a woman in Saudi Arabia, and sort of under the influence of the experience of being a woman. Rejecting it.
To leave Saudi Arabia, it's not only because I am atheist and I will be killed. Also, a woman's situation there, you don't have any right, you don't have any protection, you don't have anything there. You have all the time to be under control from the family, from your husband. You are like really second or third class there all your life, from the born until you die there. It's like not the kind of life I want to have it, and not a place I want to be there, And when I become an atheist, when I read about the right, when I read about the feminist and about the life in Europe or in another country, I feel like what's going on? Why we live like this way here in this country?
So a lot of opening through reading and finding out stuff. You've talked about an incident when you were a teenager and you were riding a bicycle, and your grandfather forced the burqa on you, right? But it's interesting. The headscarf, okay. But it reminds me of the movie, what is it, Wadja by Haifa al-Mansour, about a young girl, Saudi girl, also pushing the boundaries. It also involves a bicycle. Are bicycles sort of a sign of freedom for women in Saudi Arabia?
In my book, I write that I drive my bicycle when we was vacation in Syria, not in Saudi Arabia. It was really normal, and I was happy to have my bicycle because you feel you are really young. You are not really child because you drive the bicycle in
There's
street.
a certain freedom.
Yes, between the car and the other people. But it's happened like one day my grandfather decided I am the really big girl when I was 11 years, and he take it from me, and they told me in this day also I have to put the headscarf, and I was completely sad, and I don't understand why. I cry a lot, and I ask my father, but because he loves his dad, because he can't told him don't do that with my daughter. He don't answer, and he don't tell me a lot of things. But it was, you can say this, the first point. It was something not fair, I feel
little
like
spark in your mind,
until I start to wear niqab, and from here I start to see it's because I am woman, because I am girl, my life is different.
Sure. So looking at women in your country of origin, Saudi Arabia, currently the Mohammed bin Salman has been opening up the country, offering women more rights, allowing them to drive, attend football games. Is this progress?
It's propaganda. It's like you see something in the TV and in the interview, and also the women they did in this interview, they come from the government, not really.
So you don't really see this in any kind of freedom for women.
You don't see the other face from what's really going on there. Until now, the women need permission. Until now, the guardianship system exists, and women they need permission for everything.
But you don't see these moves as maybe like baby steps towards freedom.
It's nice. It's really beautiful, but it's not because he believes in women's rights, not because he care about the women, not because he care in all the people in this country. He want to be the king. He want to get the power, and he want to get support. He want to West country to support him.
But so would that even lead possibly to getting rid of the guardianship system?
Guardianship system, I think even if he want to remove it or change it, not now, because
people aren't ready.
No, this thing he make the man love Mohammed bin Salman and love Saudi Arabia, because we are control our women and we do what we want in our women. So no one can tell us anything. If he remove this system now, he will lose also the love from the man.
Sure, yeah. So going back to religion, you became an atheist after learning all sorts of things, and you left. You had to leave, as you said, you had to be killed. Here in Europe, there's a lot of debate here about good Islam versus bad Islam, and the Islam that breeds terrorism versus the Islam of peace. Me, yeah. And I wonder though, I mean, you reject it completely, or is there any form of Islam that you would accept?
I get also comment because I already have interview, and the comment, you don't know anything about Islam, you don't learn Islam, I don't know. In my school I have 5 books from Islam: Quran, Hadith, Tawheed, Fiqh, and that's all decide about Islam, how to believe, how to behave, how to be good Muslim. And in the end, when you learn a lot of Islam, you know a lot from this religion.
Sure.
It's not the way you said, okay, I don't know it. I don't. Until now, I memorized something
you
from
really
Quran.
know it. Yeah.
And when I leave Islam, I cry a lot, because it was like my nationality. It was my idea. It was because my dad make the Quran in the first day, like you have to learn that.
That's everything you knew.
Yeah. But when I leave it, I cry, and I also pray a lot for my God to help me to find the way. And then it was nothing.
There was no alternative for
nothing. It was, and I think my mind it's more science believer, or my mind it's more physics, more mathematics, more philosophy. I don't think one day maybe I will be in another religion or something. Maybe I believe it's something there in our universe, but not in the religion.
You had trouble being an atheist in Saudi Arabia. But also, how's it been going here in Europe, in Germany, for example?
Yeah, it's when I arrived to Germany, I think I will find like organization care about atheist, or organization care about ex-Muslim, and I will find someone really help me. But I found organization care about Christian, organization care about Muslim, but for us, no one was there, okay?
And what are the unique needs of an atheist as opposed to other?
You can't show your atheist when you are in the camp in Germany.
You mean the refugee camp?
Like
with other Muslims.
With other Muslims. Even the women, they told me, why you're not covering your hair? You come from Saudi Arabia, you have to be Muslim.
So you face sort of resistance there amongst other Muslims.
I know some of my friends, atheists or ex-Muslim, they get hit in the camp because they are not fasting in Ramadan, or they don't want to do the stuff from Islam. From here come the idea, I have to make organization for atheists. I have to
you founded this this atheist refugee program.
Yeah, it was athiest refugee in German, Säkulare Flüchtlingshilfe. We started, and with other activists, Stefan, Dietmar, we are really active, and we hope we will be more big and international.
But outside of the sort of Muslim community, you feel you face resistance or not? I mean, in terms of being an atheist, say in Germany with Christians, for example.
It's all the time you will have problem when you say you are ex-Muslim and the Muslim. Yeah, you will find a little people, they accept you and they don't have any problem. And I love these people because I have Muslim friends and they know I am atheist and I am active and they respect that. And we don't talk, we don't be in discussion and we talk about this thing.
Yeah. Well, we're running out of time, but this has been a really interesting conversation. Rana Ahmad, thank you so much for joining us. As a reminder, you've just published your your first book in German this year. It's called Women Aren't Allowed to Dream Here, My Escape from Saudi Arabia, My Path to Freedom. Maybe one day it'll be translated into
Yeah,
English.
thank you.